while I'm at it, for this section, I'll just give you a close-up of what we've got here on the Harley Benton, just to give you a sort of sense of, if you haven't seen these guitars before, how they're put together. Dandruff, of course, everywhere, little bits of dust from packaging on the black poly finish. Nice bit of mother of pearl in there. And there's our plastic, I think, nut. But I think it's been cut by hand, so somebody's put some time into trying to get it right. So I think that's a great sign. I don't think it's just machine produced, but they've done some hard work. But it's not quite right. But it's better than it used to be. So down we go to the Roswell. Now you can see here we've got the action nice and low now. What about 2 millimeters, 2.5? No, yeah, 2 millimeters lower than it was before. To be honest, it was set so high that I expected to find the frets in bad condition, but in this case it was just casually set high. Standard bridge, I don't know if you can see, but no way are you? Let's zoom you in a bit. The gaps here are quite big per these strings, so I don't know whether they're all the right ones. Those are kind of back to front, so that you can see how the slot changes the way that string sits off the back of the intonation point. Is the back of the saddle there, which is, it works, but it's not ideal. I really don't understand why the Tunematic people ever did such a thing. Then we've got what I really don't like so much, which is the almost impossible to grasp things, which you have to use a thumbnail for while you're playing. And if you haven't got a thumbnail, you're stuffed. Plasticky plastics, but actually a nice looking top. Don't know how they manufacture these, whether that's actually a piece of maple or whether it's a photo thing, but it's not a cheap one of the range, this. And there you can see we've got a nice one of those nice contoured curves on the back. You can also hear there's a bee in the shed. Slightly budgety on the strap lock, but effective. I guess if you go a nicer type, you sort of start to dictate to people what kind of straps they use, right down to the, do you put a shallow locking thing on as a standard, and then people have to use a shallow type strap lock, sorry. Yeah, nice looking thing. I mean, pretty. We got sort of anonymous tuners up there that seem to work okay. I'm going to sneeze, but it's not a bad thing. I haven't got the disease, if you know what I mean. And then we got the sort of much easier to use but very non-classical hexagonal nut. As you know from the old days, the nuts were always what do you call it? Round, knurled. Yeah, round with stripes, bits, ridges, round with ridges. Anyway, so but of course that's really difficult, and you have to have a little tool for it, and they come undone. So you can get a standard to change it. And on these Chinese-made guitars, it's much more common to find hexagonal nut on there. And so there we got the Roswell pickups, which seem to be fine. They're nothing to complain about. And generally speaking, the condition of the frets here, and how well we can see them in the light, fret condition isn't bad. You can see a couple of the ends are lifting there, but they're a little bit sharp, and yeah, they are a bit sharp actually. So that is just a little bit of lifting up, which is causing it sharp. But I'll soften those all off as we go. Like I say, a slightly hand finished nut, nicely fitted and all that. So they've made some effort to get it right, but it doesn't have consistent string heights. And there's no real logic to why it's the way it is. I suppose while we're here, let's show you, if we're doing a quick tour, and this actually is a good short video. Sorry about the fingers in the way. A good short video for why can't I see what I'm doing? That's because my fingers are immediately in the way. Oh. Well, for this bit of the video, we'll just have a quick look inside the back cover. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, remember loose jack socket, and that's a sort of a killer really, because as soon as that moves a bit, if you're a newcomer, you know, and you've just got the guitar, a couple of weeks of going out and playing with your friends in the band and whatever, that'll just cut out, because movement and electrics just don't go together, as you probably well know. So it's not a good starting point. Just look through the screen, see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, so you expect to find in here, I would expect to find non-shielded, which is a shame really, because if you remember, this is going down to single coils at certain parts. So yeah, non-shielded. Quite a busy little arrangement in here, and it's got quick connect thingies going on. Yep. Full-size pots, which is quite cool for a Chinese relatively inexpensive guitar. Yeah, but no shielding. So this is operating as a single coil at certain points in the game. So you might think of shielding that, and of course the inside of this plate. And you know, if we were doing more work on it, like pick up swaps or anything, this kind of thing I would do. However, in this circumstance, I'm not going to pull the whole electrics apart to do that. Anyway, look, I'm going to put these on using two hands. It's a much better idea. Okay, see you in a bit.